We have Carleigh, Wenzel, and Carys Baker in the room. If you could just announce your name and your outlet when asking questions, that would be appreciated. We can open up the floor now.
I was curious, have you guys, each of you, been working on anything like part of your games in the off season that you kind of see paying dividends so far this season?
Yeah, I think for me, obviously my three-point shot is one of my strengths, but I know that coming into this year, the coaches talked about it a lot. They're going to take that away because they know that I can shoot the ball. So just being able to find other ways to score, that's something that Coach Icy tells me every game. Like, you're not just a three-point shooter. You have more versatility and you have more things that you can do. So if they take that away, figuring out how else to score, and I feel like today was one of those games that I found other ways to score.
Just one, weight up, staying in the weight room, things like that. I think my body's able to kind of take a little bit more hits without kind of being fatigued on a little bit, and just continuing to be a three-level scorer, not to let one takeaway kind of predict the rest of my game. So being able to just continue scoring at whatever level that may be.
Carys, you seemed a bit more aggressive seeking out your shot tonight. What were you seeing out there?
I think my teammates did a really good job at finding me. I think in the second half, Mac was doing a good job dumping it down. Obviously, we have really good guards like Carleigh and Mac, so when they penetrate, it just leaves a lot of people open, and so I think they did a really good job at that. And then, I think I just had the confidence from them as well, and then just, I don't know, like I said before, like Coach Icy giving me that confidence before the game, like you have so much more in your bag to do. I think last game I was a little bit tentative, but this game I figured out finally, like I do have more things I can do other than shoot the three.
David?
Carleigh, you guys had a 14-0 run to start the second quarter. What do you feel like kind of changed after those first 10 minutes?
Really just coming out and understanding we need to play disciplined and kind of punch them in the mouth. I don't think we were being as aggressive as we could have or should have been. So just staying disciplined defensively, but also just kind of taking it and going and not kind of just pulling it out and running offense right away, but pushing when we got the ball at the net.
Carys, you've known Mackie for a long time. She had 11 assists today. What can you say about just her growth and the work she's put in this offseason?
Yeah, Mackie is one of my best friends. She's also my
Our best friend. Whoa.
Our best friends.
Whoa.
Also my roommate. So, just to see her get confident in that ability. Mac works so hard. She's one of the hardest workers on our team. And so just being able to have that confidence in her just to bring the ball up and find the open person, I think I've been playing with her since high school, so that's something that she's always been able to do. And then just translating that to college basketball has been, like, huge to see. So the progress that she's made from last year to this year was honestly amazing. And, she's been pretty vital for us in these past couple games, and she will continue to do that.
This is for either of you. The lead stayed pretty stagnant, about 10 to 12 points for a lot of the game. What made it difficult tonight to really make that run and pull away?
I think just their physicality. I think that we kind of weren't expecting it, and we should have. They kind of came out and kind of weren't letting us get things right away, but just playing through kind of first and second actions. They also kind of got deep into their plays in terms of they weren't taking kind of what the first option was of their sets. They were kind of running it through all the way. So that's something we just have to, again, stay disciplined on and continue being and making different reads defensively.
Mark?
To follow up on after the first quarter adjustments you made, how about defensively? Because obviously they shot pretty well in the first quarter, but not the rest of the way.
I think it starts with the guards. I think the posts kind of have a lot on their shoulders with defending pretty strong individuals. So the guards just coming in and kind of being able to scoop out rebounds and stuff like that, just the smallest things that can help defensively, or ball pressure. I know they're working down there and trying to do their job, so we obviously need to do our job, and if it's being entered to the post a little too easy, like that's something the guards have to pick up and be able to pressure the ball a little bit more, or just get tips, deflections on small things.
Carys, you guys scored the first 14 points of that second quarter. What did you see yourselves really kind of doing better than the first quarter?
Yeah, I think we one of our strengths is moving and sharing the ball with each other. I think we have a lot of chemistry. We know where our strengths are, where our weaknesses are, where to find people on the court. So I think one thing that we did really well was moving the ball. I think we got away from that a little bit in that stretch of time where there was a bit of a lull in the game. But I think when we talked to each other, we figured out ways to get each other open, and our pace is probably one of our biggest strengths too. So we got back to that. I think we got a little bit tentative with moving the ball quicker and getting it out of bounds quicker, and I think our pace picked up a lot more.
Carleigh, just to follow up on what you said earlier about you worked in the offseason about being a three-level scorer. Was that an effect tonight? Was there something where they took away something part of your game, and being a three-level scorer, you were able to make up for that?
I think my three was falling well, so I kind of got a little bit shot happy. Not something I would say was a bad way. But I could have got it downhill a little bit more. That's something, again, you got to go back to film and just see your reads that I could have had differently. But I think I shot the ball pretty well. But there are obviously certain shots and certain different kind of things I could have taken just differently, but I'll see that afterwards when we go back to the drawing board.
Thomas?
Question for either of you guys. Loyola Maryland didn't score a single point off a fast break. What do you guys credit that to?
I think it's just our work at practice. I think we really pride ourselves in our transition defense. I think that's something that we've been trying to improve from last year. And so I think today was we talked about it too. I think that's something that we bring up in timeouts. Hey, they haven't gotten anything in transition. So that's just something that we kind of start from the game talking about. And then like throughout the game, those are like similar to like boxing out, rebounding. That's another thing we bring up is like no transition points for them.
You guys took 12 threes in the first half and just 3 in the second half. What did they do to maybe take or make y'all stop taking threes, run y'all off the line?
Yeah, just ran us off. We kind of scouted for them to kind of go under and just sit back a little bit, which they were doing in the first half, and that's why we took so many shots from the outside. But just kind of running us off the line, things like that, and we're trying to adjust to it a little bit in the second half. We call them zips, but just strong side passes to the wing and stuff like that when you're attacking, just kicking out to wing instead of trying to drop it low. And that's something, again, you go back to the drawing board and you see what you have or what you didn't have, but I think it was being told to us in the game, but again, when I'm driving, my first option is Carys. So sometimes I shouldn't be forcing it, but that's who I'm kind of looking at. And again, that's just something you continue working on, but we see the adjustment, so we're going to continue it.
Any final questions for the student athletes? All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Zips.